Hey, what's going on, everyone? James Number here. Welcome back to another YouTube video. And today we're going to be going over the cast of Survivor 47. Now, I actually finally got some time to do going over Survivor cast because I just found out that their cast was officially posted yesterday. And yeah, with that being said, we're going to read their bios. So, with that being said, we're going to start with Andy Ruda. Okay, an Asian American contestant, a 31-year-old living in New York who currently lives in Brooklyn. He is an AI research assistant. Oh, that's all, okay. That's pretty interesting. Okay, he's apparently frantic, warm, and creative, and of course, playing Survivor has been a dream for him. Has been a dream. Playing, let's see how long. Okay, it shouldn't. Okay, this is going to take a while. He won't. I don't think my life makes much more sense than that, and I'm ready to scratch this itch. So basically, he is a Survivor fan, of course. What's one life experience you feel has prepared you for the game? Can I say the casting process itself? I was a finalist last cycle. Okay, so he has previously applied, and it was a very emotional challenge to get so close and not know if I would ever get another shot. But I made the best decision possible. I gave myself back to my life and lived my fullest life and most substantial year so far. I thrived in my education and career, got to know myself in deeper ways, and fell in love with my amazing girlfriend Shannon. Okay, so he's taken cool. So he describes himself as mostly with Yule being a triple threat, truly inspirational Asian representation. He said he thinks he's gonna play most like Omar, though he didn't win. I think he okay. So according to Andy, he says I think he demonstrated the optimal, most respectable blueprint for a good new era game, prioritizing social capital, information, and options in a way that sustains a manageable threat level. Okay, so he does respect Omar's game for setting up a blueprint for how the game should be played in the quote unquote new era. So, what will you value in an alliance partner? I want someone who is not willing to win at all costs and that is susceptible to true loyalty. I need this person to want to take me to the end, even if they're not sure they can beat me. They can either be some moral compass they bring in the game or because they just love me that much. Okay, he likes Minesweeper. Hey, let's go, Minesweeper gang. Road trips, even though I can't drive. Yes, I don't like road trips, but whatever. And being a K-pop stan. His pet peeves are people obsessed with grammar, people walking directly behind him, and cherry pick statistics. Okay, that makes sense. His biggest accomplishment is leaving his data analyst job in Big Tech to get my master's in the field of AI that I am very passionate about. Yep. During my studies, I got a research paper published as a first author and an award for outstanding achievement in computational linguistics. Oh, hey, congratulations, dude! What is something we would never know from looking at you? He comes across as carefree, but underneath he is extremely intense, constant, and often excessive and hyperactive thinking. So he's going to be obsessively thinking a lot. I'm going to be able to overthink how to tie my own shoes in the game. I will focus a lot of my energy on taking deep breaths and trusting my instincts. Okay, so he's going to overcomplicate things. That's a very susceptible weakness. Who is the biggest inspiration and why? My maternal grandfather for serving World War One and for being one of the few Democrats on either side of my family. Uh, oh, well, there we go. Politics. Yay! Oh, God, anyways. Why will you be the sole survivor? I feel like I'm two good players smushed into one. My two great powers are my ability to charm and disarm people from all walks of life, and my ability to crunch numbers in a pinch. I'm confident I can always find the right vote split / plurality option, and I can use my social bonds to execute on it. How do I think he's gonna do? Nah, I have this weird feeling that either he's gonna make it like a little past the jury, or he's gonna be like kicked out because I do see a susceptible weakness of him overthinking. I think this could potentially bring out some paranoia, and I don't know. I feel like that could cost him at the end. All right, next is Annika Dar. All right, a 26-year-old living in Los Angeles, California, originally from Santa Rosa, and is operating as a marketing manager. She is describing herself as exuberant, curious, and calculative. Okay, so she's going to be trying to play a mental game. Okay. Being on Survivor is an instinctual need of mine. For the very first episode I watched, 28, I immediately Googled how to apply to get on Survivor. Okay, so basically she's been a fan since Survivor Cagayan, and She basically was fascinated by Survivor. So, okay, so another Survivor fan. That's interesting. What's one life experience you feel has prepared you for the whole game? Oh, I need to turn on my there we go. My whole life is made up of moments that have prepared me for Survivor. Okay, one very impactful experience to note is when I unexpectedly lost my family home and all important mementos saved to the Tubbs, California wildfire. The most important thing is that my family, thankfully, got out alive. During this time, there was no place to call home, and I learned how to live with nothing, therefore mentally preparing me for life on the island. Okay, so unfortunately, she has been homeless due to one of the California wildfires. That is actually very unfortunate. Which previous player does she identify most, and who do you think you will play most like? In my day to day, I have a tendency to be blunt and straightforward like Queen Sandra, and I can persuade people like Queen Parvati. However, I think I will play the most like Queen Sarah in Game Changers, someone who is socially aligned with most players, someone who people will trust, who will get advantages in the game, someone who will be able to deflect being a threat to others. Okay, that's interesting. What will you value in an alliance partner? Who I choose to align with will be purely based on my gut feelings and institution. With that being said, I will value someone who is interested in cooperating to pull out information together. Someone who is considerate to share information with me even if we have to vote differently. Obviously, someone who I can trust and respect. Favorite hobbies are dancing, specifically hip hop ceramics, throwing on the wheel, cooking for the people I love, gardening, and being a plant mom. Yoga and meditation. Okay, pet peeves are when people leave the water running, people who aren't spatially aware in crowded spaces, slow drivers in the left lane. Oh, yeah. Okay, her biggest accomplishment is getting cast on Survivor. It's not okay, that's pretty humble. With a lot of barriers to entry, more applicants than any job I have gotten. Less than 1,000 people say that they've played this specific game. That's a small community in the grand scheme of things, so I'm very honored and proud. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. She really loves being here. She loves to sing, and she is also tone deaf. All to say, it doesn't stop me from being the first volunteer at karaoke. I'm not afraid to embarrass myself if I'm having. Okay, so she loves to sing, but she's not a good singer, is what she's saying. Okay, her mom is the biggest inspiration. She has endured difficult challenges with courage and kindness, and her mom is apparently the strongest person she's ever known, while being also being the most empathetic. She is never one to judge anyone. Okay, so basically, her mom is her biggest inspiration. Why will you be the sole survivor? I am an all-round player. I am an extrovert who can also listen and remember very well. I can get people to open up about themselves comfortably. Strategically, I will make my small moves such as keeping camp clean, look natural. When I make big moves, I won't sorry, I won't boast about it. I am flexible and can adapt to various scenarios in life. Two skills necessary in a game. I am a natural problem solver. I am no challenge beast, but I do love a good puzzle, and I'm able to manipulate and deceive with a smile on my face. However, overall, and most importantly, I believe in my intuition. Okay, so her game is going to be like, I feel like her game is going to be somewhat flirty in the mindset of like Parvati, and I don't know. She's going to try to be somewhat of a villain. I feel like might potentially be a villain if need be to survive, which would be really interesting. Do I think she'll win? I mean, I think she has a good chance at winning if she plays a villain. I could totally see that. We'll see what happens though. Anyways, next is Aisha Welch, a 32-year-old living in Houston, Texas as an IT consultant. Okay, she is an overachiever, unique and joyful, and she's watched Survivor since she was 12, and my mom started watching season 1. Okay, so her mom is also a super fan, going back to the first season, Survivor Borneo. I always thought that Survivor was too hard, but I've reached the point in my life where I've accomplished a lot personally, and I'm ready for my next biggest challenge. Not only is this my dream, but my family's too. Okay, her life experiences is in 2017, Hurricane Harvey hit Houston, Texas. Ah, okay, another natural disaster person. Okay. Okay, so we're talking about Hurricane Harvey. My apartment got above 1 foot of water, ruining so many of my belongings and furniture. My dad drove down from Dallas, Texas, and I had to walk through waist deep water at night to go get him. The water had snakes and all kinds of creatures. That night showed me that I can do anything I set my mind to. Damn, what is up with the harsh stories, Jeff? Jesus Christ. I guess he's trying to make us feel relatable or something. That's what, but I guess that's how he's always trying to do it. But damn, which previous player do you identify with the most? Who do you think will you play like the most? She identifies with most with Suri because of her ability to use her personality to connect with so many kinds of people. I plan to use my ability to form relationships to make sure people genuinely like me without thinking it's strategy. So I plan to have a social game like Suri with the physicality of Natalie Anderson. I lost 10 pounds of fat and gained 5 pounds of muscle in preparation of Survivor by strength training. Okay, so basically she's going to be good at physical challenges. And she's also going to be trying to connect with people as well. So, okay, that basically does sum up her game. Could Aisha make it? I mean, maybe. I actually could potentially see her win the game if she does play her cards right. I could actually see that. Her alliance partner, she look for an alliance partner, she wants blind loyalty. I'd love for them to be loyal to me without okay, another person who wants loyalty, of course. Favorite hobbies is go to escape rooms, playing basketball, long walks with her dogs, watching TV. Yes, that's a hobby. Yes. Working out, drinking cider at a cidery, or wine at a winery. Okay. Her pet peeves are people who are allowed in quiet spaces, people who chew to the point where they can identify what part of the meal they're on, people who don't listen, people who oppose the idea that dogs can be someone's children. Oh, dang. Okay. She bought her first house at 29. That's her biggest accomplishment. I always thought I'd have to wait until be married for that type of investment, but I had the means and I went for it. I had to make sure I had enough space for Pepper and Cinnamon to run around. They're my dogs, and I call it my Spice Girls. Oh, yeah, the Spice Girls. Yeah, I remember them. What is something we would never know from looking at you? She's super competitive. If the objectives. Okay, so she's going to definitely play her heart out. She ain't quitting anytime soon, so that's going to be good. I don't care if it's trivia or FB Messenger with my 7-year-old goddaughter. I even broke up with an ex because I beat him 1v1 in basketball and he threw a temper tantrum. Oh, that is fall that no. Oh, I think Aisha might be a fun person to watch. We'll see. Okay, another person who's the biggest okay, her mom is also her biggest inspiration. She had gastric bypass surgery where she lost 150 pounds after constant exercise post surgery and has kept it off for 15 years. Wow, 150 pounds! That is a lot. She had a kidney transplant after being on dialysis for 6 years. Oh, wow. And she's an embodiment of overcoming no matter what you go through. She will be underestimated. Yeah, I could totally see her being underestimated, actually. I could see her pulling out a Marianne from Survivor 42. That would be cool. I will use my social game to push me through while unveiling my competitive when it matters most. Then at the final tribal council, I'll be able to clearly articulate my strategy to get there. Okay, so basically she's going to pull a lot of preparation for her speech if she makes it and answer the questions and articulate her answers if she makes it to finale night. So I could see that. That's cool. Next is Caroline Vidmar. All right, let's see here. Caroline Vidmar is a 27-year-old originally from Palos Verdes, California, now living in Chicago, Illinois. She is a strategy consultant. Okay, so it's basically a potential strategist. I don't know. We'll see. 3 words to. Dang, more ads. Go away, ads. Alright, she is a 20. Okay, we already got that. 3 words to describe her are adventurous, enthusiastic, and supportive. Why do you want to be a part of Survivor? It's been my dream to be on Survivor since I was 5 years old. When I was younger, I loved watching Survivor and seeing how people happy they are. And and watching Survivors, she's learned. Okay, through watching Survivor, she's learned how to develop resilience, and yeah, we got another super fan of the game. I'm assuming all these guys are super fans by now. What's one life experience you feel has prepared you for the game? The day after my final Survivor interview, I flew to Chile to backpack the Patagonia W truck. It was fantastic endurance training. All right. Wow, that's pretty good. Okay, which previous player do you identify with most? Who do you think will play most like? I resonate with Tori from season 42 and Emily from season 45. I love their honest takes and thought their insights were spot on. I'd love to play like Dee. Her strategy drove for the game. She was smart, perceptive, and kept her best move secret from most other players until the final tribal council. What do you look for in an alliance partner? I want an alliance partner who thinks they can beat me in the final tribal council and who I also think I can beat. Alliances with the dynamic that are ones that actually last and dominate the game. So she's looking for a long-term partner to work with. Okay. Her favorite hobbies are trying new foods while traveling, biking, hosting game show themed competitions. Okay, so we got a someone who likes hosting competitions. Okay, hot spicy nugget, hot one spicy nugget challenge, and amazing race themed scavenger hunts. Okay, so she's definitely got some competition experience. Okay, that could actually could work to her advantage. So she gets more. So she has somewhat of an idea of how to win and how to compete. Her pet peeves are incompetency, loud chewers, people who ask you to complete something by a deadline and then send a follow up before the deadline. Oh yeah. What is something we would never know from winning at you? Okay, so she's basically played a ton of water sports, including water polo, swimming, kiteboarding. Okay, so basically she's going to be good at water challenges. So that's going to be pretty big. Excuse me. Who is your biggest inspiration and why? I have three biggest inspirations. My dad is the master of making people feel special, and he'll show me that one of the most meaningful things you can do in life is help someone feel heard. My brother is the best human being I know, and he constantly inspired me to be a better person. And it's a good thing he's not in Fiji. That's not the energy I'm trying to channel. My mom is my hero. She goes above and beyond for the people she cares about and their lives so much. So basically, her family is her biggest inspiration. That's what we got. Why will you be the sole survivor? The complete answer to the question taking me too long to write. So I'll just say this. I've been preparing for this experience for a long time. I have great determination and expertise needed to win. Oh, I believe that if you've competed in game shows before and even hosted some, and as a strategy consultant, yeah, I believe that. Could she win? I don't know. I think she might get blindsided. I have a feeling that she might get blindsided because she becomes too much of a threat. That's what I think. All right, next is Gabe Ortiz, a radio show host. Okay, here we go, a radio show host. Gabe Ortiz is a 26-year-old radio show host from Baltimore, Maryland. Three words to describe him are opportunistic, resourceful, and blunt. Okay, so he might pull. So there's a chance that Gabe might become a villain this season. All right, that's gonna be cool. Why do you want to be a part of this shit Survivor? The new era opened a door to write yourself into a new set of history books. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, after a few years, we're on season 47, and this is the seventh season of the new era, so I don't know if we should be calling it the new era anymore. What do you guys think? Let me know in the description, in the comments below. I wanted to make my mark before those books got written. Okay, that's fair enough. Which one life experience you feel has prepared you for the game? He's worked a ton of jobs. Many people were more qualified for, but I got very adept at selling people to me, and those interviews translated great to getting on and succeeding at Survivor. Oh, okay, so he's really good at influencing people. As a radio show host, I guess that makes sense somewhat. But influencing people, yeah, one thing you need to that is a pretty important aspect. A villain who can influence. I have a feeling that Gabe might make it far, but who will have to wait and see. Which previous player do you identify with the most, and who do you think you will play most like? I think there are bits of a lot of players that I resonate with and will emulate, but to be honest, I don't want people to watch me and say, "Wow, he's like XCY." I want people to look at players that come after me and be like, "Wow, he's like Gabriel." Okay, so someone who doesn't want to be like other people, and I say, yeah. I always respect people who say stuff like this, like, wow, who don't want to become, wow, he's like XZY, or because that can oftentimes be annoying. So I'm glad he's saying stuff like this. So I'm already liking Gabe. What will you value in an alliance partner? It's cliche, but trust. I mean, what else, right? Yeah. Again, he's honest. Like, what do you want me to say? Like, what do you want me to say? I feel like I'm already connecting with Gabe with that aspect, so that's pretty awesome. His favorite hobbies are live sporting events, poker, and snowboarding. His pet peeves are passive aggression, say what you mean, and his biggest accomplishment is hosting his own talk show in Baltimore on a major station. I sadly left that job to pursue Survivor, but best sad decision I ever made. Oh, damn. I'm sorry to hear that, but I'm glad you're on the show now. So apparently he's got 2 cats. I feel like I come off as a dog person and no disrespect. I love canines, but the cats are my ultimate joy of life. Okay, so he's a cat owner. Cats over dogs, apparently. Okay, cool. His biggest inspiration is his older brother. He has gone through his fair share of life trials and came out the other side as a fantastic father, husband, and brother. Okay, cool. Why do you think you will be Soul Survivor? I can read people better than anyone else I know. Also, if I get an idol, I'm playing it. Alright, so he's going to use the idol the first chance he gets. And apparently he can read people's feelings, so hey, maybe. Do I think he'll win? I don't know. But he's already looking to be like the most relatable person so far. And next is Genevieve Mushalak. Alright. I'm gonna need to blow my nose real quick, guys. I'm gonna need to pause. Um oh god. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna need to pause real quick. And we are back! Oh wait a minute, what just happened? Oh god, my mouse. Things are not doing okay. Alright, next is Genevieve Mushalak. A 33-year-old from Winnipeg, Manitoba. Okay, so we got a Canadian running in here now. She is a corporate lawyer. She is energetic, friendly, and organized. She began watching the show when she was a preteen, and even back then, I had the unearned sense like I could do that. I got older, but never lost that belief. Okay, so she's basically another fan of Survivor. All right. Her life experience has prepared her for the game. My extended family was always really close. I grew up sitting around a big table, conversing with kids and adults of all ages and personalities, being able to connect with people of all backgrounds and ages and ideas will come easier to me because of my upbringing. So she's going to be an open-minded person, so she's basically willing to be working with anyone. All right. Yeah, it is always best to open your options to as many people as you can to who you want to work with, but also be a little cautious of who you want of if in case people want to like get rid of you, of course. So keep your options open, but don't be too open to the point where you might be a target. That's I guess what I would say. Which player do you previously I do? Which previous player do you identify with the most? Who do you think will play the most? Let's go with a combo of Eliza, Chrissy, and Lindsay. Identify with the strategic women who are direct. I think saying Lindsay to people in the game will not raise any red flags. I plan to say I admire her because of her success and challenges, but will omit any reference to her amazing social game. So she's going to be a social player and a strategic player. So okay. What will you value in an alliance partner? Predictability, for obvious reasons, and a strong social game that is attractive to other players outside the group. Ideally, my partner would deliver me intel that I wouldn't otherwise be able to get. Okay, so she wants people who is very well connected. Okay, and that could be useful for in case she wants to blindside her alliance partner if needed. Her favorite hobbies are saying, "Am I too old to say video games here?" No, you can never be too old for video games. That is anybody who says that they're too old for video games is speaking madcap. Anyways, aside from that, I like anything social, time with family and friends. I also love trying to cook. Any recipe I see on this Instagram that involves a cheese pull. Well, there's not going to be a cheese pull here, but we'll see if you can be a good cook on the show. Her pet her pet peeves are airports or the combo of airports and people. People who line up at the gate way too early, as if the plane will leave without them if they don't storm the boarding gate. People who hog the armrest or take off their shoes and their feet. Yuck. Alright. Which of the following are you most proud? Which accomplishment are you proud of most? Honestly, getting on Survivor. Okay, another person who's said that they are proud to get on Survivor as their biggest accomplishment. And I get it. Survivor is a very, very tough show to get in. I first applied the very night that Canadians could, so that's what, 5 or 6 years ago? I've applied every year since and got progressively closer each time, but last time I got rejected when my hopes were up. It hurt, but I kept trying. It's the longest I've failed at something repeatedly, but kept trying, and here I am. So basically, she has applied in the past, and she got rejected, and now she's here. Another one of these instances. So, of course, what is something we would never know from looking at you? I wear my heart on my sleeve and my thoughts on my face. Okay, so she's going to be a very emotional person. So if you met me, you know me pretty well, pretty quick. So she's going to be a very emotional person from the looks of it. That that could be interesting. Her biggest inspiration are her parents. Parents say they can't pick a favorite kid. Well, I can't pick a favorite parent. They are distinctly different in their strengths and approaches to life, but both in very compassionate, generous, evolving ways, and inspires me to keep going forward. All right, that's pretty cool. While we win Survivor, I connect easily with others, so they won't hate living with me, and I'm very objectively focused here. Nothing, no bond deal, no deal, fear, relationship will stop me from doing what I need to be done to further my game. Killer Instinct vibes in Fiji for me. Okay, so basically she's going to be playing a social and strategic game. But she is also going to be a very emotional player and is not going to be afraid to speak her mind. So that could be a problem. But she might be a fun player to watch. We'll see. Hey, we got a podcast host. All right, his name is John Lovett. John Lovett. That's a pretty good name, actually. Love it. Love it. Love it. Okay, I'm sorry. A 42-year-old podcast host, originally from Long Island, New York, now living in Los Angeles, California. Three words. Three words to describe you. Opinions for days. Oh, that is so good. Opinions for days. Yes, that is so. I love it. Why do you want to be a part of Survivor? What I love about Survivor is, yeah, it's about deprivation and endurance and puzzles and challenges, but at its root, it's an experiment in democracy. Yeah, Survivor is kind of like a democracy because the person who gets the most votes is eliminated and all that. It ends in a vote, and the players decide what it means to earn that vote. I want to be a part of that experiment. His life experience? Well, when I was 13, I got cut from the baseball team on the way to the game. Also, a career in politics. What? You're a politician? Okay, another politics guy. Yeah. Survivor's getting canceled thanks to politics. But anyways, guys, which previous player do you identify with most? And who do you think you will play most like? Penner with an Aubrey Moon and Cochrane Rising. I have no idea what that means, but he's basically saying his game is like going to be like Penner with Aubrey and Cochrane. Cochrane's a pretty smart player. I am telling Penner and Aubrey are also pretty good players as well. What will he look for in an alliance partner? He wants consistency, thoughtfulness, and a vibe that says, I won't panic and stab you in the back. So, loyalty, again. A lot of these people are looking for loyalty, which I guess makes sense because you got to have a loyal partner who is going to be good enough to get information from. Favorite hobbies are video games, crossword puzzles. Oh, another video game lover. Sweet. Hiking, seeing movies in theaters while theaters still exist. Yeah. He has too many pet thieves. Phones at stoplight, people who cut in line and then are confused. I'm constantly Lord. I'm like a gay Larry David. Okay, the first person that says the first person that has officially announced their LGBTQ, who is announced that he's a part of the LGBTQ community. And his biggest accomplishment is co-founding Vote Save America, which lets people sign up to volunteer, donate, and register voters. We've helped raise tens of millions of dollars and signed up hundreds and thousands of voters. My vibe centers are telling me that he's a Democrat, but I could be wrong. But we'll see. What is something that we would never know from looking at you? Astronaut Buzz Aldrin almost punched me in the face. Really? Wow. Some people probably have no idea who he is. The biggest inspiration in his life is family and friends. I'm inspired and motivated by the people I hate. I, okay, so he loves his family and friends, but he's inspired and motivated by the people I hate. So he just wants to listen to the haters so that he can prove them wrong and go, oh, boom, oh yeah, screw you, yeah, middle fingers for days. That would be okay. I don't think he'll go that far, but that's how I would do it, and that'd be funny. Why will you be the sole survivor? I've always felt like an outsider. In part, that's because I was gay. Ooh, an outsider, an underdog story from John Lovett. That could be interesting. That would be a satisfying story to watch. But if I'm being honest, that was never my problem. Social graces, fitting in, making friends, it's never come naturally to me. Okay, so he's gonna struggle with the social aspect. I had to work at it, and that way I've been training for Survivor my whole life. So, okay, so he's not really gonna be a great social player, but you know, an underdog story that would be that would be a really good story to watch, in my humble opinion. All right, next is Kishan Patel, a 28-year-old from San Francisco, California, who is currently an ER doctor. Wow, that's a pretty good. That's a pretty good job. He is nurturing, composed, and adorable. Okay, cool. Why do you want to be a part of Survivor? I've been playing some form of Survivor for as long as I can remember. Whether it was knowing who to trust as a closeted gay, okay, another gay person, all right, a gay Indian American, and waiting for the right moment to share my secret, to experiencing the hustle as a child of immigrant parents, okay, someone who's expressed their immigrant status, all right, raised in our family-owned liquor store. Survivor is the most chaotic, beautiful, complex reflection of each individual identity, and I want to show that every story deserves to be shared and heard. Plus, it's obviously so fun. All right, cool, nice background. What's one life experience you feel has prepared you for the game? As an ER doctor, going from caring for someone with cardiac arrest to somebody with a stubbed toe, experiencing emotional whiplash and staying composed, calm, and collected and in control is critical. It is equally important to navigate the complex, messy, and chaotic social dynamics of Survivor. Okay, so as an ER doctor, it has prepared him to prepare for any twists that are coming his way. So that's actually pretty good. So basically, he's going to be expecting these twists to happen, and he's going to be, and when he hears the twist, he's gonna go. He's just gonna go, go, go. So that's gonna be interesting. Okay, he. Which previous player do you identify with most, and who do you think will play most like? I identify and hope to play most like Spencer, a geeky nerd who had an authentic yet devious, charismatic, while scheming under the radar until it's too late gameplay. All right. What will you value in an alliance partner? I will value someone who can disagree with me but can still work with me. I appreciate and trust folks who aren't afraid to share their opinion but can still understand countering perspectives and are open to having conversations, weighing various points. Someone who is level headed and understands the nuances to emotional intelligence. Okay, so he's going to be open to working with people who may have disagreements but are but are still willing to cooperate, which I think can actually be a really good thing if he can play his cards right. Because getting other opinions, you can get other information that other people don't know, and who knows, it may even turn out to be a better move. And that's something we can have fun with. And his favorite hobbies are traveling and eating all the pastries, binging Netflix, and religiously playing Wordle. Okay, so yeah, he's a smart player. His pet peeves are slow walkers, loud chewers, and thinking of salt and pepper or seasoning. His biggest accomplishment, of course, is becoming an ER doctor. My goal has always been to better care for vulnerable and underserved communities that raised me. Growing up as a first generation college student, okay, so he's worked a lot of jobs and is the first doctor in his family. Interesting. What's something that we would never know from looking at you? Despite being a well planned, cautious, and articulate person, I randomly will swing to the pendulum too far to be super spontaneous. I did a last minute solo trip to Guatemala to hike a volcano, went skydiving, and joined a competitive dance team in college, all spontaneous. Okay, so he's a spontaneous person. So what that mean? He'll flip at any moment? We'll see. I also applied to be on Survivor on a whim, and here we are now. His biggest inspiration are his parents, of course, from being farmers in small villages in India and not even finishing high school to working their butts off day in, day out to caring for a physically and intellectually disabled child, all while ensuring I had the tools and support I needed to focus on my education, is nothing short of inspirational. Why will you be the next sole survivor? As somebody raised with grit and nurture to respect true hard work, I will never give up living a life in fear of being ostracized for being gay. I have an intuition on who to trust and share with, thriving in chaos and remaining in control of any situation. Okay, so he's so yeah, I think I'm gonna end that here for with him. What do I think about Kishan? It's his background is very inspirational. Do I think he'll win? I don't know if he'll win, but I could see him being a very good ally. But yeah, I don't have really like too much to say about him. I'm kind of blanking on him right now. But yeah, by being open to working with others who disagree, that could be fun. But we'll see what happens. I'm gonna pause here for now and see if the video got let's see, and I'm just gonna make sure to see if my recording was right. Alright, I'll be right back, guys.